defense and finds Una under
Ilalim. Sandalo ang
Nice man.
Oh, Rama with a 3 by Marvin Taiwan.
Mosquera shakes out the defense and finds Una under
Ilalim. Sandalo ang
Nice man.
Oh, Rama with a 3 by Marvin Taiwan. Yes!
The Biñan Tatakjel Beast Motorcycle Mega Wagi and Marikina are trending in opposite directions heading into today's game. Biñan in the midst of a 5-game winning streak, while Marikina has suffered 3 straight losses. Let's see which one gives tonight. Biñan Tatakjel Beast Motorcycle Tire Mega Wagi versus Marikina in our final game of our triple header. Punta na natin si Richard Tampos to now introduce the starters.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our main game. Live on Solar Sports, Tap Sports, and on YouTube channel. It's a head-to-head battle between the Biñan Tatakjel and Marikina Big Z Burger here at the One Arena. The 8th season of Manny Pacquiao's MPBL. Join me in welcoming the starting lineup for the Biñan Tatakjel Beast Motorcycle Tire Mega Wagi. Point guard number 0, Pamboy Raymundo. Forward number 6, Jmar Waray Gimpayan. Also at forward number 88, Kenny Roca Curva. 2 guard number 22, Carlo Lastimosa. Playing center number 11, Kristan Big Boy Hernandez. They are led by the head coach from Vista Verde, Barangay San Isidro, Boyet Fernandez. Assisted by Gino Manansala, Gino Manuel, Eliazar Cabototan, Mac Cardona, JR Manansala, KG Canaleta, and Pat Anyo Nuevo. The team managers, John Riganyola and Ruel Condo, LGU partner, Mayor Jelalonte with Ruben Tan and Monching Talisayon, team owners, Jude Anyo Nuevo. Now for the Marikina Big Z Burger. Guard number 2, Ace Chamson. Playing center number 34, Lander Cannon. Forward number 31, Jeff Habilionar. Point guard number 14, Jetro Escoto. And at forward number 8, your very own, from Barangay San Juan, Louis Vigil. They're led by Angelo Nebres, assisted by Carlo Tomacas and Mong Basco, with assistant coaches from Barangay San Isidro, Melgador, Robin Zapata, and Jello Olermo. Team consultant.
Starting 5 brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Biñan will begin with Pamboy Raymundo, Carlo Lastimosa, Big Boy Hernandez, Jmar Gimpayan, and Kenny Roacurba. Para naman sa Marikina, Jetro Escoto, Ace Yamzon, Lander Cannon, Jeff Habilionar, and Louis Vigil. Our referees for this ball game are Alan Manzano, Maynard Centeno, and Brian Ramirez. Fourth referee is Eric Robles. Nakita nyo ba yung napaka-lupit na introduction ni Richard Tamos, isa sa ating mga players dito, si Big Boy Hernandez.
Dati big boy lang yan eh.
Oh.
Lumaki pa ba siya?
The tip going to the side of Marikina. Marikina gusto nang tapusin yung kanilang losing streak. Especially with teams like Bataan winning. And kanina lang, no, nakita natin na nagtagumpay yung Pasig City. Mamoy Raimundo Mintes, yung kanyang tres. Rebound, nakuha ni Jeff Villanar. Marikina is 4-7. Louis Vigil gives it up to Jeff Villanar. Launches, no good. Big Boy Hernandez the rebound. Roa Curva drives, leaning in. Can't get that one to go. Hernandez bumersa sa loob. Talsik si Louis Vigil. At bola mapupunta sa Marikina. Astiam zone. Pocket pass. Lander Cannon. Get finish in traffic. Rebound by Gimpayan.
I do like that Lander Cannon is moving. You know, I don't know if it's just me, but he lost some weight. He's moving better. You know, one thing I can say, he can actually defend the perimeter, and I was surprised with that. I got to be with him for a weekend. Itong si Lander Cannon. So I'm telling you, this guy has so much more in his game that hindi pa masyadong na-expose. Medyo mahihayin kasi itong batang to eh.
Louis Vigil makes his move, passes it to the outside. Villanar doesn't get it back. Doesn't give it back, rather. Instead, he was backing down Gimpayan earlier. Now forced to take a free halfway down and out.
Good shot, you know, early on. 2 minutes already, but no one has scored the basket here in the ball game.
Waray. Yan, they swing the ball around. Roa Curva dumps it down low. Gimpayan off the glass and in.
That is one of the strengths of Kenny Curva. He can attract so much defenders whenever he drives. He has now continued to work on that drop pass. Itong si Kenny Curva.
Shot by Louis Vigil. No good. Bola babalik sa Biñan.
No, kanina, we were talking about the talents that si Boss Buddy ang nakapagbigay ng opportunities. Two guys that are now given opportunities in a different uniform is General Curva and Lander Cannon that first played for Pasig a few years back.
Season 5.
Yes.
Made the playoffs. Had guys like Ryan Costello, Robbie Manalang, and sila na nga, no? Sila Lander Cannon at si Kenny Roa Curva. Sumaksak si Astiam Zone. Bola na agaw ni Roa Curva. Has one guy to beat. Sidestep, lays it in, plus the foul.
You were telling about how strong itong si Kenny Curva whenever he gets the space. You know, the open court is his comfort zone. You really do not know what to do. And right there, a basket and one for Kenny Curva.
Last play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. One thing Marikina needs to work on, though, is their transition defense. It's given up a lot of transition opportunities to their opponents. It's something Coach Pam Lenesma is visibly upset about. They will call a timeout. They are down early, 7-0. Biñan winning convincingly against Iloilo, 114-64. Winning this one by 50 points, Coach Juanito.
Well, this was a big win for Biñan. They got to cover this game. Everything was just falling into place for them. You know, rebounding was really their strong suit. They were just enjoying the ball game. But one guy that I want to mention is really the step up of Ato Barba in that ball game. Sabi nga ni Coach Don, he was a fan in college and he was just happy to see him finally be able to get that opportunity to get more playing time for Coach Boyet. And of course, the rest of Biñan. Player of the ball game was Ato Barba.
Probably see him later on. The proud native of Santa Rosa, Laguna. Oh, Big Boy and Louis Vigil have some choice words towards each other. Vigil hit the deck.
The foul will be on. Hindi pa tapos ang kwentuhan na itong si Vigil. Tsaka si Big Boy. And this does not seem like a friendly banter.
Pamboy trying to calm Big Boy down. Louis Vigil gets Marikina on the board. Ang tradisyon ba, first made basket o first made field goal? Bago
Well, first, as long as you make a shot.
Okay, so
as long
whether
as
it's a
you
free throw or field goal, no?
Buti nga tinanggap na ng referees eh. There was a time that
tama.
the referees will continue to, mupo kayo, but the players would continue na, hindi kami uupo hanggat may ma-shoot. At least they've already adjusted a little bit ng mga referees natin.
Kasi hindi pwede yan eh, na nakatayo. Ang pwede lang tumayo dyan is the head coach and one of the assistants. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Coach Juanito?
I do not know where that tradition started really. Pero even in my team, they do it. I never told them to.
Yeah.
Pero yung mga players parang...
Sila na yung kumukusap.
Parang, sadya na ba talagang gano'n ang tradition ng lahat ng team?
Play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Lander Cannon, sumugod sa loob.
I like this matchup, Lander Cannon versus Big Boy Hernandez. Two guys that really love the physicality of the MPBL.
Lastimosa drains the free.
That was something that was not consistent from him in Benil going to the PBA, that catch and shoot. He was really more of a slasher, pero mukhang tinrabaho nila Coach Boyet itong catch and shoot, especially with the tools that they have here in Biñan.
Firmly in front, Biñan. Draw a curva, running into traffic, creating space for himself, and he will score. 14-1 now, a 13-point lead for Biñan Tatakjel.
It took 2 minutes for a team to get a basket, but when Biñan got one, tuloy-tuloy na ang kanilang scoring barrage here in this quarter.
Lastimosa dumps it down low. Waray Gimpayan, another basket.
There even could have been a push from the back on the pass of Corey Lastimosa. That's why he is angry right now.
Louis Vigil visibly upset as well.
Slow start for Marikina. They have not even gotten a field goal here in this ball game.
Almost 5 minutes in.
Not seeing guys like Medina or Sarmiento, guys who are actually pretty energetic because these are young, mga JRU boys. So this might be a challenge for them, looking for their energy.
Also no Renzo Navarro. Villadar, he will miss. Bamboy. Lastimosa, another catch and shoot. Triple from the former Benil Blazer.
Everything is just going for them. Inside, outside, the running game, their half-court setup. A slow first 2 minutes, but after that, parang hindi na halos nagmintes etong Biñan.
Dakiwag. Still can't buy a bucket, Marikina. RR Casajeros can't finish. Cannon intercepting that pass. Talsik si Pamboy Raimundo. And they get their first field goal.
That's what you want, coming off your big, someone who can move. We have been talking about this early in the game, that he has improved so much in his game. Itong si Lander Cannon. Good read off the pass, good strong attack. Getting the first field goal of the ball game is Lander Cannon.
Waray Gimpayan. Lefty finish.
Marikina has to be firm in what they want to give. Do they want to give an outside shot? Do they want the roller to get some space? Because right now, things are too easy on the side of Biñan in terms of their offense because whatever option they want, they're getting it very comfortably.
Again, well, this was a nice anticipation by Lander Cannon. Well, may balita tayo sa ating courtside reporter na si Daphne Cristobal.
Two guys were in the moment last game in their loss to Maykawayan, Lander Cannon and JR Alabanza, who both admitted malaki ang panghihinayang nila doon sa naging early exits nila due to their technical fouls. And baka nga daw kung sakali man naandun pa sila, baka mas naging maganda ang ending nila kontra Maykawayan. Lesson learned, and aminado na talagang na-trigger lang daw sila, pero ang mali sila ang mga naapektuhan kontra Vincent Tolentino and Jeric Serrano. But tonight, after a week of contemplation, set aside nga daw muna ang emosyon and hopefully they'll be able to get this victory kontra Biñan. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Daphne. Just to provide context on that game, Vince Tolentino and Jer Alabanza got into it. And then Alabanza getting a technical foul. And then on the ensuing play, ang nakabangga naman ni Vince was Lander Cannon. Siya yung una actually na thrown out, si Vince, because of 2 technical fouls. Cannon and Alabanza had 1 each at that point in the third quarter. And then, nagkaanuhan naman din si Lander Cannon at si Jeric Serrano. And that's why Cannon got thrown out first. And then later on, early in the fourth, Alabanza got thrown out with another technical foul. This was Nick Caballero setting up Carlo Lastimosa, another basket for Carlo, total of 8 points. And they are pretty much in command, up now 25-4. Marikina in a pretty precarious position at the 11th spot, 4 and 7, but they're just tied with the One Bataan Risers. Bulacan is at number 12 at 3 and 7, while dito sa South Division, everything from 1 to 9 is very tight. Biñan 8 and 3 at number 4. Commissioner Emer Ereta, Zaldi Rilubid, and Rudy Distrito.
In the hand of Ed Dakiwag.
Making an appearance. Okay. Ken Pangilinan, Coach Juanito Gregorio, and Daphne Cristobal ang inyong kasama sa Lunes ng gabi. Casajeros, sidestep, palakas, nandoon to put it back in si Jacob Ubaldo.
That's what you love about Jacob Ubaldo. Always a guy that is at the right place, at the right spot. Not a guy that can attack a lot of times, pero in terms of hustle, he is someone you can rely on.
Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Caballero's first shot, no good. Alabanza will get the rebound. Villarente, pumuhol, malakas. Suwal, ahead to MJ Homo. Can't get that one in.
Not the best angle for MJ Homo.
Alabanza goes inside for the deuce.
The former Biñan player,
Yeah.
Jared Alabanza, so it's an opportunity for him to showcase his talents as well. Malalim ang big man rotation ng Biñan, as we know. So we didn't really see a lot of minutes from JR Alabanza and his former team, so might be a better situation for him right now.
Season 6, naglaro yan si JR Alabanza with Biñan. Nagmamadali, Ed Dakiwag. Hindi nasalo ni RR Casajeros. Warren Bonifacio, Nick Caballero, MJ Homo, Ryan Suwal, and Mike Mabulak. Yung lalim ngayon ng Biñan, no? I feel like it's the biggest difference. What a deep shot from the three-point arc. Ito si Ryan Suwal, 28-8 after that made 3.
The ball spin on the shot of Ryan Suwal it's so elite. I'm sure we're gonna see that one more time. You guys have to look at the ball spin, the wrist action on that shot of Ryan Sual. Although this was the basket and one coming from RR Casajeros.
Dating magkaampiyan sa Marikina, si Ryan Suwal at si RR Casajeros.
He just has this wrist action that is so elite. That's why you cannot give him some space, because when he gets to a comfort zone, it's usually a straight line para dito kay Ryan Sual.
28-11, MJ Homo. Directing traffic here. Bonifacio popping out. 3-point shot off to the right. Ball ends up with Villarente. Ubaldo. Crossover dribble. Kicks it outside. Casajeros for free. Book it.
No, looks like all they needed was a shout during the timeout coming from Louis Vigil. I was watching their timeout. Louis Vigil was fired up. He was saying, lumaban naman tayo. And you see the fight after that timeout.
Caballero. Sizing up the defense of Casajeros. Double team comes from Ubaldo. Casajeros read that beautifully, intercepting it. Villarente. Homo. Bagsak. Alabanza. And get it to go. Villarente, great effort, giving them another possession. Casajeros, wala.
Might be a miss, but the energy of the second unit of Marikina is making all of the changes. This was already a 21-point lead earlier in the first quarter, but this is a good recovery coming off the second unit.
Itong 3-point shot na ito, din sa atin yan next stream, ang subok at kompleto appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
What a beauty, that ball spin. We were studying the ball spin coming off Carmelo Anthony. Pero kayang lumaban ni Ryan Sual doon. Nick Caballero gets the basket and one.
Big time move from Nick Caballero. This was just volleyball down low. Caballero against JR Alabanza. Has come off the bench in all of their regular season games. That's his dad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's also a coach in Cebu, if I'm not mistaken. Always in support in the venue.
I-review nila yan kung counted yung tira doon ni Jer Alabanza. Here was the start that Biñan was really looking for. 25-4 blitz by Biñan to break the game wide open. See here, Curva getting himself going early. Waray Gimpayan also had a basket. And this unit on the floor, that starting unit, catapulted them to this big lead heading into the second quarter. Lamang sila, 31-14.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan a QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Still here live from the One Arena in Cainta, Rizal for the 8th season of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Jordan Santa Ana. Ano yan?
I think he already got picked up by Marikina, if
Tama.
I'm not mistaken. Tama?
Balik Marikina, si Jordan.
Earlier, we saw the dad of Nick Caballero, Coach Dom Caballero, who served as the head coach of USC,
Yeah.
the 15 under of USC. So, coach din talaga yan ng youth basketball yang si Coach Dom.
Si Nick, meron niyang kapatid si Andwell, di ba?
Yes, in UST.
Oo. Lagi na-cover ni Daphne yan dati. Sa Junior MPBL.
Actually, lagi sinishare ni Nick yan sa kanyang mga IG stories. Very proud kuya to lagi si Nick.
Bulak can't finish. Homo got bumped. Tinamaan yung kanyang hita.
Masakit yung they call it the Charlie horse.
Charlie Horse.
Yes. I don't know why it's called the Charlie Horse. Sa Pilipinas, ang tawag nila dinaga eh.
Why?
Yeah, when you get hit,
Yun.
It might be on the quadricep area of MJ Homo. Hindi naman sadya, hindi rin natin yun eh. It was really an off-balance hit. But that always hurts, you know what? Kasi waiting game lang yan eh. Walang therapy dyan. Kailangan mo lang antayin gumaling yung pasa. But it really hurts on the first hit. Especially the first 3 to 5 minutes of a Charlie Horse. I do want to know why it's called a Charlie Horse. You know, I've been calling it the Charlie Horse since I was in high school. Never knowing the reason why.
Masakit talaga yan. Lalo kung si MJ Homo eh. Ininda pa yun. Parang pitbull to maglaro eh.
Yeah, pero hindi siya mapapasab kasi pagkakataon din niya tong uminit. He's already 0 out of 3 with all the good shots and now he is finally in the scoring column. Itong si MJ Homo.
Tubong San Pedro, Laguna, si MJ Homo. For Olivares College, Mintis yung pangalawang free throw. 32-14 ang ating score. Villarente, Jacob Ubaldo, R. Casaeros, Ed Takiwag, and Jer Alabanza. Reverse by Casaeros. He falls down on the floor as well as Alabanza. 3-on-2 fast break. Mabulak using his size to his advantage. He will score underneath.
It's a good push coming from Biñan. Getting the stop right there. They were able to recognize that someone was ahead and able to get the fast break finish as Biñan.
Stays with Marikina. Babalik sa loob si Louis Vigil. Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Already 14 fast break points para dito sa Biñan here in the ball game. So almost half of their points are coming off their runs and that is something Marikina has to be able to answer on if they want to be able to come back in the ball game.
Caballero snacks down the rebound. He is the leading rebounder for this squad. That's very interesting.
I did not know that.
Actually, silang dalawa ni Kenny Roacurva ang leading rebounders.
Parang may trademark celebration na itong si Coach Dom Caballero. Yung 2 hands up and then parang sumasayaw ng onte.
Ito, makikita natin siguro yan dyan. Splitting 2 defenders. Nick Caballero, no problem. And it kind of feels like he has figured a way for him to be much more effective compared to his stint in the preseason.
Yes. So he was really playing more of the collegiate game when he started here in the MPBL. You know, the UEAP guys, it's a different ball game in the UEAP and the MPBL. It's much slower here. Of course, there's a lot more reads. And they took some time for them to adjust. It's not just like you see guys like Himani Ladi, guys like Dom Escobar, kahit si Jerry Abajano, Harold Alarcon. These guys adjusted slowly to the game. But now, they're playing terrifically for all of their teams. Actually, parang isang guy lang yung hindi masyadong nag-adjust eh. Pero parang bagay na bagay talaga sa MPBL. That's Kian Baclaan.
Oo naman. Kian Baclaan, the lead point guard now for the undefeated Caloocan Batang Kangalu. That's gonna be a fun matchup between them and San Juan on Wednesday. Louis Vigil, those big strides, getting him to the basket, scoring 2 points.
That's the attacks that they need. Louis Vigil is usually a guy that has to get going early, but now 3 points pa lang si Louis Vigil here in the ball game.
Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. MJ Homo, umigot, pinasa kay Mabulak, nag-cut si Bonifacio Mintes pero nandoon to put it back in, Nick Caballero.
That was actually a beautiful high-low action. Galing dito sa Biñan, merong mali lang yung pectus para dun sa cutter. Good thing Nick Caballero was there to get the finish.
Mabulak caught stepping on the sideline. Bola babalik sa Marikina. So, Jomel Landayan, Ed Takiwag, Louis Vigil, Jer Alabanza, and Jacob Ubaldo. JJ Pido now in the game for Biñan as well as Bam Lopez. Oh, Takiwag and Alabanza weren't on the same page. Boyd Fernandez, his 3rd season with Biñan. Just fell 1 game short of reaching the national finals last season. Lopez to Bonifacio.
UST versus UST.
Caballero backing down Louis Vigil. It's a shot clock violation called on Biñan.
Medyo nanggigil si Nick Caballero. He liked the matchup. King Tiger versus King Tiger. Took a little time. Didn't really notice the time left. So when he got to pass the ball, there was only a second left on the shot clock.
Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Takiwag siya naman ang gustong pumoste laban kay Pam Lopez. Takiwag in traffic. Traveled. Jopin Soriano.
How deep is the front court of Biñan?
Yeah.
And these are all quality bigs, ha? Bonifacio, you talk about itong si Mabulak. Ngayon si Jopin Soriano, they'll be added. Mark Pingres hasn't even played yet.
Yeah. Mabulak wraparound pass. Soriano rejected by Jacob Ubaldo. Vigil on the run. Louis Vigil out of control. Too strong. Caballero on the other end has one guy to beat. Nick Caballero wrapped up by Jacob Ubaldo.
You know what's funny? It's the same type of move for both of them.
Oh my.
It was on the left side, that off-foot release, pero ang ganda lang ng basa ni Pido doon because ni Bam Lopez, he pulled the chair, getting Louis Vigil off balance.
Let's check in with Daphne.
Another full circle moment for team consultant Bam Ledesma of Marikina, who is one of the assistant coaches of Nick Caballero in UST. 3 years handling him, even in high school when Nick was still in beda, nakakalaban niya na daw talaga itong si Nick. But as Tigers roar, ito namang si Nick Caballero, he is currently loving his home here in Biñan. At isa sa mga hindi niya ina-expect na magiging ka-close ay sina Mark Pingres and even Pamboy Raimundo. It was when they started to shoot around together, tas kahit sa mga small gatherings nga daw magkakasama na rin sila. Ken and Coach Juanito.
Maraming salamat, Daphne. Yun nga, si Coach Bam. Matagal-tagal na yan, nasa UST at nakakasama ni Nick Caballero. And certainly molded him into the player that he is today. And being a fine performer off the bench for Biñan. 41-18, long 3-point shot. Takiwag off to the right. Ball saved. Kasi sabi ni Ed, nakapasok na daw siya.
Quite interesting. It was in front of us, pero ang bilis ng pangyayari.
Oo, ito tingnan natin.
We can see that. That's a good save though.
Diba?
Ooh. Yung likod.
Yung right
likod.
foot, yung right
Yes,
foot,
yes,
yung right
yes.
foot.
That's right, that's right.
You have to have 2 feet across the half-court line for you to be established.
Credit to referee Alan Manzano. That was a sharp call. Kasi sa harap ko na nangyari, ang bilis ng pangyayari.
JJ Pido. Paasa kay Gimpayan. Locates Jopet Soriano. Alabanza there to deflect it. Bam Lopez. Shot fake. Pull up J. Wala. Moy Yaktub at si Soriano nagagawan sa bola. Babalik sa Marikina ang possession.
Whenever I watch Jopet Soriano, I want to know how long his wingspan is. He's only about 6'4", pero I'm sure yung wingspan nito is much longer than he is.
Mga 6'8 to 6'10
That's
wingspan.
right.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan a QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Takiwag. Ayaw pa rin pumasok yung mga tira niya sa labas. They get it back, Marikina. Bounce pass to Alabanza. One-on-one against Jopet Soriano. Makes his move. Turns around. Can't finish. Aktub saves it to Waray Gimpayan. Pass stolen away by Ed Takiwag. And Aktub gave up a foul. Free throws coming up for Ed Takiwag.
Frustration attack coming from Edakiwag. You saw him really fishing for that foul. The emotions are getting into them. Hindi gumagana yung opensa. They're struggling defensively. And then Biñan just keeps on running on the other end. That's why everything right now is going the side of Biñan. They're up by 23 here in the first half.
Edakiwag on the line. Former UST Growling Tiger at 29 points against Parañaque previously. And it's nice to see him slowly but surely getting back to form. Itong free throw na ito, sa atin niya na extreme, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Kasi na-fracture niya yung kanyang fibula almost 4 years ago, di ba? He was playing for...
Yes! Oh my God, yes. I do remember that.
Basta one of the teams
yes,
there.
that actually sidelined him, I think, for a year.
Yeah, more than a year. Because in arduous recovery for him. And then, nung pumunta siya dito sa MPBL, wasn't really able to find his footing. Started with Pangasinan, then move over to Nueva Ecija. And then, nung sa Parañaque, unfortunately, hindi rin niya natapos yung season. But now, finding a new home dito sa Marikina.
And obviously, his role here really is to shoot that three. It's really the consistency. We do know that he can still shoot it, pero it's not been the same every game for Edakiwag.
Ace Tiamzon. Pass to Louis Vigil. Cannon will earn himself 2 free throws after getting fouled.
It's a good find on Lander Cannon on the inside. They wanted a one-on-one situation between Lander and Jopet, and he will fish for a foul. Itong si Lander Cannon.
Lander Cannon was a teammate of Edakiwag with Parañaque last year. Missing the first free throw. Bata pa nito si Lander, only 26, 27.
Yes, this guy's young. So still a lot to grow into here in the MPBL. Kita mo naman, each and every year, gumaganda yung laro nito ni Lander Cannon. And he is given more minutes now here with Marikina.
41-20. Bam Lopez. Pinuntahan si Jopet Soriano. Hands it off. JJ Pido. Turns around. Layup. No. Got it back. Pido. Papunta kay Soriano. Bam Lopez. Dancing. Ball deflected. Aktub forced to take that shot. Badly misses it. Lantayan, sumalaksak. Heard the whistle, put it up, and he puts it in.
Marikina, when they get to defend on a half-court setup, they are forcing a lot of stops. And they're doing a great job. The problem is, if they give up the easy baskets, when they turn the ball over or they miss a shot, and itong Biñan goes out and running, that is where Marikina is struggling here in the ballgame.
Yeah, but timeout by Biñan. Coach Boyan Fernandez is livid. He's letting the game officials hear it, even though they're up by 18, 41-23.
still watching the 8th season of the MPBL. It wasn't just frustration but also a disappointment for JJ Pido, who is returning from a suspension. JJ realized how his loved ones were also affected by his actions, not justifying what he did, but he humbled himself by facing the consequences and took advantage of his conditioning. From jogging, gym session, and even shooting, now masasabi niya na well-equipped siya para makatulong muli para sa Biñan. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Daphne. And JJ Pido, he knows that that moment will not define him as a player and as a person. And it's nice to see him reflect on it. Certainly not his best moment, but we've seen him be a catalyst dito sa mga nagiging playoff runs ng Biñan.
And he's usually an energy guy. So, kailangan nila the way whenever he enters the ball game, the impact he brings. So, yun yung medyo na-miss nila the past few games. So, they were lucky enough that they went up against teams that they really were able to just control the pace of the ball game. But going up against the bigger teams, he really will be needed in the lineup.
Louis Vigil turns around, jumper on its way, can't get that one to fall. Cannon, napulot yung rebound. Nawala sa balanse, bola nakuha ni Jopet Soriano.
And that's the length I've been talking about for Jopet Soriano. Might only be about 6'4", pero I'll know soon how long his wingspan is.
Saka to, di tumitigil gumalaw eh. Here he is trying to seal off Jeff Avillanar. Lopez bumped out of position, tumalsik siya dun sa bandang baseline.
Feeling ko daming, the way he moves right now, and I'm watching, I'm just keeping on watching Jopet Soriano. He moves like a young Mark Pingris.
Yeah.
So the way he's
Tama.
screening, the
Tama.
way he's giving off the handoffs.
Alam mo yung version ni Mark Pingris na yan, yung may dreadlocks pa.
Yan,
Diba?
tama.
Diba?
Pure Foods, Chunky Giants.
Oh.
Chunky Giants pa yan.
Kala ko yun. Sa ano pa? Hindi pa doon. Sa FedEx pa.
FedEx,
Oh.
FedEx.
Nag-well coat pa yan, si Kuya Ping.
Yung handoff niya, the way, one thing that's really good about Ping is the way after he handoffs, he knows the angle, what to give, and then he gives that space either on a driving lane or pag may nag-follow, yung roll niya is perfect. And I'm seeing that in Jopet Soriano here.
Split at the line, 42-23. 19-point lead by Biñan. Foul given up by JJ Pido. Penalty na ang Biñan. Free throws will be given to Marikina. Jomel Andayan at the line. Umalog palabas yung una. A proud native of Barangay Fortune, Marikina City. Si Jomel Landayan. Pasok yung pangalawa, 42-24.
4 points, 2 rebounds for Jomel Andayan in 5 minutes of play, but might be good in just pressuring the guard.
What about this big-time showdown, Coach Juanito?
Well, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. You're talking about Ladi versus Philip. You're talking about Escobar versus Alarcon. You're talking about the veterans in Manday versus, of course, etong San Juan in general. It's gonna be very exciting. It's gonna be a big showdown. It's gonna be in Caloocan, so I'm sure the venue will be full. Actually, funny lang, nag-message yung iba kong players of just right now, just around a minute ago, Coach, ikaw ba magko-cover sa Wednesday? It's not me, but I'm just excited for the ball game.
Di rin ako, pero excited din ako dyan. San Juan versus Caloocan.
Si Def nang bahala dyan.
Naman. 43 seconds left. Caloocan's taking their perfect record against San Juan, who was able to beat Abra and put a stain on their own record.
The excitement just continues on. Those are two deepest teams that we have. We can talk about the starting five, but we can also talk about the second fives of both of those teams. We're talking about guys like Aldrich Ramos, Raul Soyud, we're talking about AC Soberano for San Juan, and on the other end, guys like Chris Bitoon, si Jun Bonsumbre, ang lalim eh. Even the reserve guys can really battle it out. And that's gonna be a big battle on Wednesday.
Dami na minimintis itong Marikina at the line. Noah Villanar knew it was short as soon as he released it.
They're only 50%, 7 out of 14. For Marikina here in the ball game, this could have been so much closer if they have been making their free throws.
Coach Boyd Fernandez not happy with what he feels like are missed calls against their side. Lastimosa leaning in, and a foul will be called on Marikina.
This is a very physical game. When you look at the composition of both of these teams, these are veterans. Talk about Lastimosa, Raimundo, sa kabila naman sila Vigil, si Javillonar. So the ball game, most of the time, will be slower. So the advantage right now of Biñan is whenever they get to run that basketball, they do have a big advantage. And that is why they have a 21-point lead right now.
Saka nakikita natin unti-unti nababago na rin yung style of play nila because last season they were mostly grind it out, pupukpuin ka nila sa depensa, low scoring game, but with their added new pieces, they have evolved into a very potent offensive machine with guys like Caballero. Landayan misses. Hipayan tried to keep himself inbounds, but he will run out of time. And Biñan pretty much in command. At that strong start, 25-4. Lastimosa was the head of the snake in this one. 16 points, 6 of 8 from the field, hitting both of his threes, Coach Juanito.
Well, everything has been going para dito kay Carlo Lastimosa. This is very efficient, a 6 out of 8. He's been leading the pack in terms of their fast break and on the half-court setup off of the kickouts. He's always ready to shoot the 3, and one of the reasons why they are very comfortable entering the second half.
White House steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to keep it up the game. 9 in the final moment of the game. Can they make magic? White House wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Back inside the One Arena here in Cainta for the 8th season of the MPBL. Kasama po natin ngayon ang ating Commissioner Emerson Oreta. Magandang gabi po, Com. Alam na natin kanina noong umaga, no, nagkaroon po tayo ng lindol sa Mindanao and even in General Santos City. Ano pong masasabi niyo doon, especially na marami tayong players, coaches, and even our staff na doon po nakatira?
First of all, good evening to all MPBL fans. Yeah, exactly. Nakakalungkot yung news na yon. And as of now, we want to extend our prayers sa lahat ng affected nung earthquake sa Mindanao, especially with General Santos and Sarangani, na alam natin na may team tayo. No? And as of now, we want to monitor kung hopefully sana naging safe yung mga relatives nila and families nila.
Hopefully nga po lahat sila ay ligtas, and let's also offer some prayers. Kung baka meron pa po kayong gustong pasalamatan or anyone that you would like to send a message right now.
Right now, siguro, I want to advise yung mga kababayan natin sa Mindanao to be alert. Alam naman natin na pag may mga ganyang sakuna like lindol, hindi lang yan isang araw no? So, just want to advise them to follow the local government para sa safety nila, and huwag sila mag-alala, nandito lang din kami. We're planning to hopefully to do something about it, na kung ano may tutulong na MPBL, and of course sana maging maayos at maging safe ang lahat.
Thank you so much, Ko. Once again, that was our commissioner in the MPBL, Commissioner Emerson Oreta. Don't go away. Coming up next is the second half of our final game this Monday.
Pesos ating prize hanggang sa umabot uli ito ng 1 million pesos. And tonight, our prize spot is 800,000 pesos. Mas exciting na ang Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge dahil kailangan na makompleto ang bawat shot mula sa official Sports Plus shooting spots dito sa court. Ito na ang ating challenger, si Sir Henry Salonga mula Bambang, Pasig. Ready ka na ba for the challenge? Sir Henry, pwede kang kumaway-kaway sa mga fans mo. Meron kang 45 seconds to complete a driving layup, a free throw, three-point shot, and a half-court shot. Each attempt must be taken from the official Sports Plus floor markers. For the layup, you must start from the half-court line and dribble your way to the basket before scoring. Kapag na-shoot mo lahat ng yan in 45 seconds, you will win 800,000 pesos from the official sportsbook of the MPBL Sports Plus. Wala ba tayong palakpakan dyan? Come on! For Henry Salonga. On your mark. 3, 2, 1, go, go, go! Galingan mo, Sir Henry Salonga. 800,000 yan, ha? Shoot unang attempt. Uy! Mahusay! Keep going. 30 seconds left. 800,000 pesos is on the line. 24 seconds. Come on, take your best shot. From the three-point area. Uy! Mutik na! 15 seconds. Lakas pa ng konti para sa 800,000 pesos. 7 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Sayang. Ganda ng simula. At talaga naman, good effort for Sir Henry Salonga. You will be going home with the Sports Plus merch. Once again, thank you for joining. At sa ating mga kaliga, check out the Sports Plus FB page to find out how you can join. At baka ikaw na ang susunod na winner ng Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge.
into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to even out the game. 89 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? Wipeout wins the game!
Win the game. Easy lang with Force Plus.
Back with us here, Biñan holds a commanding 22-point lead over Marikina at the half, 46-24. And Coach Juanito, 25-4 agad Biñan lumamang. But you see the shooting numbers, particularly from the field, from free, and from the line. Biñan pretty much dominating across all those categories.
That's right. Biñan has been, that strong start when they were able to get that 21-point lead in the first quarter. Hindi na tumingin ulit itong Biñan palikod. They just really continued moving forward. Marikina has to find an answer. They're giving up 50% in the field goals. They have given up 26 points, and the fast break, really, 17 of the 46 para dito sa Marikina, para dito sa Biñan. Everything has been going the side of the white. Marikina has been extra aggressive. That kept them alive for a little bit, but at 50%, they've also been struggling at the line. So it was the only good thing that they were doing, but kulang pa rin. And now they're down 22 at the half.
Also, not part of that graphic was the disparity in terms of assists, 13-4. Only 4 assists in total in the first half for Marikina. Let's see if they could change things up in the third quarter. Jordan Santa Ana, tubong kay Tarizal, pero ngayon matutungayan na natin siya sa panibagong kupunan from Zamboanga. He will play with Marikina. Casajeros will start this period with a turnover. Unfortunately, turnover number 10 against Marikina.
Not the way you want to start the quarter if you want a run here in the third. And I think these are the times that etong Marikina needs a guy like Renzo Navarro. Someone who can control the pace, either slowing it down or pushing it forward. Someone who can create for his teammates. Jetro Escoto is better known as a scorer, kahit si Landayan. But right now, what they need is someone to really control the pace and lead by example here in this 5.
From the looks of it, they really have trouble generating offense on Marikina. While on the other hand, nobody can stop Carlo Lastimosa right now. 18 points for the former NCAA Rookie of the Year. Reverse layup by Casajeros is off. Biñan on the run. Lastimosa in stride. He is on a heater right now. 21 big ones for Carlo.
Now, we might have changed courts, pero patuloy pa rin ang pag-init nitong si Carlo Lastimosa. I was telling you guys, he was not this kind of a shooter when he was playing for Benilde in the PBA. But he continued to work on his game. Now, a much more consistent outside shooter is Carlo Lastimosa.
Here he is with a basketball. Dumps it down low. Laying it up and in was Big Boy Hernandez.
That's what you get when you get all the attention because you're scoring hard. All of the eyes are on you. So everybody was helping out. Someone was following from behind. That left a wide open rolling para dito kay Big Boy Hernandez.
Puro mintes ang Marikina. 7-0 start for Biñan in the third. Payan sliding in. Drew a foul on Marikina. Play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
This was the pick and roll action by Lastimosa to Big Boy Hernandez. You see here, Casajeros was following. Lander was willing to help. Ubaldo was already there because all the eyes right now are on Carlo Lastimosa. But the player that Carlo is, he knows when to shoot and when to pass.
Loray Gimpayan gets the back end of his free throws. 54-24, 30-point lead for Biñan. Vigil lost it. Big Boys ahead. He will ensure those 2 points.
Natawa lang ako sa bench. Parang tuwang-tuwa sila na si Big Boy yung unang-unang tumakbo. Siguro it's a joke on their practice. I don't know. But it's just the light moments. If you're leading by as much as 30 points, then you can laugh off a few of the things.
And you have that heavyweight showdown between him and Lander Cannon. 2 beses binangga ni Lander si Big Boy. Gandang pangalan niya, Lander. It really suits him.
Actually, sabi ko nga, when I first covered him, I thought this guy was a fill out. So, hindi ko pa nakakausap. Hindi pa eh. I think it took about 3 or 4 games when he was still playing for Pasig in English ko. Tapos biglang nagsabi, hindi po, kuya. Ay. Hindi pala.
What a light moment. But yeah, naglaro na yan, Pasig City, Quezon, Season 6.
Tahimik lang kasi to eh, si Lander Cannon. But you love guys like these. You call them the all-work guys. They're not gonna talk much. They're just gonna react, nod a little bit. But when you start already, they put in the work.
Kasama siya sa kategory nila Mark Meneses. Puro yung walang salita, pero gawa.
Yes.
Yung Payan, ito sumalaksak. Getting those 2 points.
You know who we can add? This new player of Pasig. Etong,
si Michael Lambino.
Yes, earlier today, getting player of the game honors. Medyo man of few words pa eh. Di ba? Man of few words.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Tama ka, nung Blessed Player of the Game interview, di ba? Medyo nahihiya pa eh. Medyo hindi pa komportable sa
nagulat nga
pagsagot.
siya eh, na siya yung pinili eh. Shout out to Pasig for getting another victory earlier on. And we get solo number 4 in the Northern Division.
Pero ako, confident ako sabihin. Yung nag-interview sa kanya, hindi bahagi nung kategory na yun.
Ay, hindi.
Oo, hindi, no?
Confident din ako sabihin.
Puro salita, puro gawa din naman.
Yes.
No, yun naman.
All in one.
Hernandez. Lumagpas yung tira. 3-on-1 fast break. Na libre bigla si Ed Dakiwag.
That was a good... all you need are your eyes for you to fake out the defender. He didn't even give a pass fake, but he was still able to get his lay. Etong si Ed Dakiwag.
Casajeros is ahead. He will lay it in. Back-to-back baskets for Marikina.
General Kakurba was not aware that there was someone behind. He tried helping out along the half-court line. Nagulat siya na may tao nang nauna in RR Casajeros.
59-30, approaching the 6-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Pamboy Raimundo. Pass to Big Boy. 7 on the shot clock. Bagsak si Big Boy. Tinulungan naman siya nila. Fast break the game. Brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Si RR Casajeros ang tatawagan doon. I think it was on the health side that he was fouled. It's a pretty heavyweight front court that we're watching. Lander Cannon and Jeff Avillar versus Mike Mabulak and Big Boy Hernandez. Just muscle on the inside.
Big Boy, mintis yung kanyang unang free throw. Dating Marikina din ito si Big Boy back in Season 4. So naging magkakampihan sila RR saka si Big Boy. Split at the line. Alabanza comes in for Lander Cannon. Fashion naman pagpapahingay na si Big Boy Hernandez.
Napapailing na lang ako tuwing nagpapasok ng big man si Coach Boyet. Walang butaw eh.
Kaya nga 60-30.
Pwede pa nilang i-load si KG Canaleta dyan.
Oo nga Casajeros, libre sa 3. Wala pa din. Alabanza cleans it up.
Asking for a foul. He felt that he was hit on that left arm. Etong si JR Alabanza, but those are the baskets they need.
Pamboy Raimundo. Mix it out. Travel on Nick Caballero.
That's a better defense played by Marikina. Off that pick and roll action, automatically meron niyang drop pass sa ilalim. Etong si Mike Mabulak, a very good passer on that big man possession. They knew that option. They closed down. Binigyan si Nick Caballero, which also had the man, forced him to travel.
Halfway point of the third. Alabanza. Pass to the outside. Wala yung press ni Ed Takiwag. Wala na tapik palabas. Escoto. 7 seconds sa shot clock ng Marikina. Jetro rising up for the jumper.
That's a hard shot for Jetro Escoto, the smallest man on the floor. Challenged well by Bam Lopez, but the confidence, the bump to get a little space, was able to get that jumper.
Caballero knocks down the free.
Not usually the comfort zone, usually the attacker on their end. Pero when you give him that much space, kaya rin naman ipasok ni Caballero.
Alabanza tries it from the outside and he hits one from free. 63-37.
Right now, Marikina is trading baskets with Biñan. You can't do that if you want to run. You have to be able to make stops.
Batang tira, pasok yan. Kay Mike Mabulak. 65-37. Escoto launches off the back iron. Ball heading up with RR Casalleros. Stepping through was RR. We have a foul on Biñan. Play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Same play, just pinagpalit lang nila yung roller at yung bibigyan sa ilalim. It was Warren Bonifacio setting the screen, getting that ball, and now he is the one giving that drop pass to Mike Mabulak. Reversal of roles, now it's successful in making the baskets at Biñan.
Coach Bong Basco. Ba? Alam naman natin yan, nakakalitan yan ni Kuya Bong.
Pwede pa nga i-line up yan eh.
Pwede.
Di ko pa rin nahanap yung highlights. They continue to ask that he has dunking highlights.
Meron
Etong
yan.
si Coach Mong.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan ang QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Lalo nung nasa NBA siya with Iloilo. Kung di ako nagkakamali, naging kaampi niya dun si Vince the Prince season. Sa kasi isa ring magaling dumakdak maliit si Joey Mente.
Yes. Sinabutan ko the stretch for Mong Basco na eh. Serious. That Pinoy step.
Yeah.
Sabi nga ni Coach Don Dulay, that is such a hard move to defend because it really gets you off guard.
Bola nakuha ni Chomel Landayan. Merong foul laban sa... Is it a foul or just... Hindi, walang foul. Just baseline inbound. O tama, center nga si Kuya Bong sa Iloilo. Pair of couple of seasons with the Iloilo Megavols.
Ooh, nice lefty. It's the ambidextrous Jeff Javillonar, not usually the first option in terms of scoring the basketball. Pero pag kailangan, he can always step up. Ito si Jeff.
Pasa kay Nick Caballero. He attacks and draws a foul.
Polo na Dakiwag.
Kiwag, mapipituhan. Nick Caballero back at the line. Their leading scorer and rebounder this season, Nick Caballero. Averaging 17.3 points, 8.3 rebounds. Yung free throws lang yung pinaka-problema niya. No? Just shooting 45.7%.
Right on point. As he misses the free throw. Though he also got the rebound right there. And he is also the leading rebounder para dito sa Biñan. So, all of the leads or the struggle and the lead for Nick Caballero, we saw it in one play.
It's amazing. He's putting up those numbers in just a little below 20 minutes per ball game. 17.3 points in 19.7 minutes is just astonishing, especially when you come off the bench.
Yes. No, we watched him in UST where he was really getting a high usage. He would play on the high 20s in terms of his minutes. Kaya mataas din yung kanyang usage on offense eh. So dito, medyo bawas, medyo mas malalim yung team, mas maraming options, but he is showing that even with less minutes, he can still provide the same numbers.
Binuksan na yung dilaw na ilaw. Meron tayong coach's challenge galing kay Coach Boyd Fernandez. A minute and 56 seconds left. 56 seconds left, rather. We'll be right back.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful challenge. Coach Boyd Fernandez.
This was the one-on-one, the health. Yeah, medyo tumama talaga. The players will always say that they put their hands up, but usually, initially, nakababayan eh. Matatapos lang nakataas, pero hindi siya magsisimulang nakababa.
Oo nga. Tama ka doon. This yung unang free throw ni Jeff Biñan.
Scoring in the quarter, 18 to 20, still in favor of Biñan. This is what I was saying to start the third quarter. Marikina is doing better offensively. They're trading baskets here in the quarter, pero yung stops medyo hirap pa rin itong Marikina.
Exact si Mike Mabulak.
I think that's Jer saying it's a flop, but I think it really is a foul on Jer Alabanza. So, papaharap din yung rhythm na itong Jer Alabanza. Actually, si Coach Jello, walang reaction. Alam niyang foul talaga.
Itong anak ni Mike, sobrang galing. Nakita mo na ba?
Yes, I am excited for the son of Mike Mabulak. Actually, yung mga anak nila dito sa MPBL, the second generation,
Dami na.
is exciting. Jervy Cruz,
Tama.
si Rob Celis,
Tama.
si, well, wala na daw, Gabby Espinas for a time, and his son Ziv. So, yung the second generation is so much, it's so exciting. Kahit yung kapatid ni Nick Caballero, lagay na rin natin
Si
doon.
Andwell. Sa pinsan nila, si Rowie. Louis Mitchell sidestep. Landayan, pinwersa yung tira. Wala. Rebound nakuha ni Mabulak. Mike running the floor. Also another foul. Mabulak will get back to the line. Tanong ko, sino mas magaling na free throw shooter? Yung tatay o yung anak?
Pakiramdam ko yung anak.
Tingnan natin.
Pakiramdam ko yung anak.
Kasi free throw shooting ni Mike this season, medyo nakakasarin na naman siya ni Mori nito. 32.1% from the line.
Tama yung anak niya, Kaliwete.
Kaliwete.
Diba?
Ang galing nun si Kyle kasi
Yes.
ang laki niya. Pero ano siya eh.
Agile.
Agile. Tapos
Agile, can
nag-iisip.
move, yes.
He's a walking triple-double, really.
The future is bright. I think he's only about 11 or 12.
11 pa
pero
lang yun.
he's already about 5 plus. Si Gerard Wilson.
Tabi niya si Flever. Dignadice.
It means something. We
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe in the next few days. We still have a week in the window.
Yeah.
Dahil pang pwede mangyari.
Si Flavor ba, did he play for Adamson? I have to check that.
Una lineup.
Oo. Caballero can't finish through contact that time. Warren Bonifacio. On a move. Warren. Can't get it though. Bola babalik sa Marikina.
Wow, the dream shake
Oh, di ba?
coming from Warren, left to right on that shoulder. I would have wanted if that would have went in.
Si anong galing kanina dyan eh. Si Felix Corpus, di ba?
Yes. Pero kay Felix kasi, hindi parehas lang pala fader.
Ah,
He likes
yeah,
doing
yeah.
it on a fadeaway.
There's certain guys that have a knack of making that move. Si Coach Christian pa ganyan din. Medyo may ganyan din
Yes,
siya
medyo
minsan,
may
di ba?
onti rin si Coach Chris before, pero hindi, kompleto talaga yung si Coach
Kompleto
Chris.
yun, oh.
You know, at around 6'3", 6'4", tapos wing guy, Coach Chris. Shout out Coach Chris if ever you are watching right now.
Hopefully he's not watching, but if he is, I'll just say it
You know,
out loud.
I asked Coach Don Dulay who his favorite teammate was. You
narinig
know
ko
his
yan.
answer was
Coach Chris.
Coach Chris.
Hindi ako mahilig kasi ako sa malalaki na guard eh. Kaya
Yes.
si Lebron idol ko eh. You have a foul. I love guys that are tall but could run the point. Caballero, this was in transition.
You were a fan before, I'm sure, in the MPBL of Josa Nimes.
Oo naman.
Yeah.
Lalo nasa Mapua yun. Yun ang talagang point forward.
Yes, the classic point forward,
Yeah.
Josa Nimes. Lalo ko nung kapanood ako, 6'4". Tapos siya yung magdadala ng ball. Magugulat ka eh, hindi pa naman siya thing before eh.
Rebound by Mapulak. Siya na magtatakbo, magbababa, behind the back. Caballero, catch and shoot. Lista mo na yan. Just to beat the buzzer.
Reversal of roles. It was never a guard that brought down the basketball on that last play. Hindi hinanap ni Lopez because Mike Mabulak knew that he can create for his teammates. Watch that again right here. He sees an open guy on the wing. There was only a little space after that challenge, but the rhythm was good, the line was good. It's a 3 for Nick Caballero.
And ending the quarter with a bang, Nick Caballero, a couple of threes. The approval of his father, 72-42. Biñan comfortably ahead.
White Sox steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to even out the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White Sox wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Force Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan a QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Happy to have you here at the One Arena in Cainta, Rizal for the 8th season of the Marikina Pilipinas Basketball League. Ayan, si Bunny Boy Tamayo at ang kanyang mga tropa ay nanonood ngayon sa ating laban between Biñan and Marikina. Mga legend ito sa mga ligang interbarangay dito sa Cainta.
We were talking off-air on how we love the crowd of One Arena. Kahit na 2 times a week or 3 times a week, hindi sila bumabawas eh.
Oo
dito
naman.
sa One Arena.
Yan naman masaya sila Commissioner Eme Oreta, Zaldi Rilobin at si Rudy Distrito. Ang tanong ko, nagmano na ba si JJ kay Daddy Roots?
Kanina nga eh, binibiro na siya ng ating mga bouncer eh. That, kalma lang kuya ha.
I'm sure na ano naman yan eh. It's both of them. They knew it was just a moment of
Yes, a
a heated moment.
Emotions were high. That was a big game for all the players. JJ right here. Trying to box out Ed Akiwag.
Inisip ko mabuti sino yung kapareho ng tira ni Nick eh. I can't recall. Meron eh.
Meron.
Diba?
Yes. Merong konting resemblance, pero hindi ayaw rin pumasok sa utak ko kung sino.
Pag nasa dulo na ng dila natin eh. Poy Yaktob. Pinasok na sa loob for Nick Cabanyero.
May pagkakonting balakunya.
Tignan natin, Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Si Acuna medyo ano eh.
De, pero
Pang
yung
paside
release
daw,
niya,
sa paside
tama
niya.
eh. Comes off the left. Left to center yung tira ni Val eh. Pero yung wrist action din ni Val,
Oo
ganda
naman.
eh.
The inaugural season most valuable player, Val Acuna. Siya, Season 1, Season 2, si Gab Banal. Tama. Season 3 was John Wilson. Season 4, JC Marcelino. Season 5 and 6 was Justin Baltasar. Season 7 was Dave Ildefonso. So could Nick Cabanyero be the next one? He's certainly part of that conversation.
Yes, of
Juanito.
course. You know, the way they're playing right now, he needs to be in that conversation. I want to look at the averages right now of Nick Cabanyero. Cabanyero is averaging, here you go,
Yeah.
17, 8, and 3.
O, diba? Solid.
On a team that's up there. Ang maganda kasi ngayon, yung mga upper echelon teams, it's balanced.
Yeah.
So, there really is not that one guy that has stepped up to be that guy. Sa Abra, it's a mix of Jake Figueroa, DJ Fenner, Dave Ildefonso still in that mix. Para sa Quezon, it's been a mix also for Quezon. For Gensan, no, I would even say Hesed Gabo should be in that mix. But it's also been balanced. So, actually, ang ganda ng battle for the MVP this year.
Parang walang clear cut
Yes.
so far eh.
I would add even Art de la Cruz to that mix.
Oo nga, for Ilagan Isabela. So probably when you give a top 5 to 10, John Nermal, I think, is part of that conversation. Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
Si Manny Ladi
Oo, kay
and
Manny
Mike
Ladi.
Phillips will
Mike
be in that
Phillips.
conversation.
And Akiwag finally hits a free. Sino pa mga pwede natin maisama dyan?
And let's talk about si Eusebio. Could he be?
Anton
Or
Eusebio.
He's been playing well. Siguro hindi pa masyadong MVP numbers, but in terms of him playing well, we could consider him.
When you look at the schedule of Biñan, they have a tough stretch coming up after this one. On Saturday, they'll face off against Zamboanga. And then a week from that, kalaban nila may Kawayan and then Pasay to end the month of June. Itong 3-point shot na ito, din sa atin yan Extreme, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. I want to give a shout out to Boss Jer Navarro who's watching and also sabi niya no, na yung mga second generation na guys na binabanggit natin, lahat naglalaro sa Junior MPBL.
Oh yes.
At Pocket League. And may pinapakita nila doon. Yun nga sila John Wilson din ba yung anak ni John? Kasi yun nalimutan ko yung may nickname siya or John lang din eh. Si John, si Josh Cruz, anak ni Jervy, yun nga, si Kael
Yes.
Mabulak. And then you have si Rob Celis, his two sons also played in a junior MPBL. Kailan ni Daphne yun?
Malapit ng Father's Day. So we do hope that we can have a story with these
Oo
fathers.
nga, lapit na.
Ganda. I think it's about in 2 weeks.
Boy Yaktob drills in the three.
The fans stay for Poy to get a dunk. But he shows something else. He's working on his outside game. Etong si Poy Yaktob.
3 minutes gone by. Tumatakbo si Soriano. No look pass. Warren Bonifacio swishes in the jumper.
The comfort zone of Warren Bonifacio, that middle part. Pero may accidental hit itong si Warren Bonifacio and Lander Cannon. I think it's the elbow of Warren Bonifacio on Lander Cannon.
So let's see what happened here. Ayun, sa follow through.
Forearm ang tumama dito kay Lander Cannon on the arm down.
Visibly dazed. Lander Cannon taking some time on the floor. May dugo yata eh. Yeah, he has to be attended to here.
There's going to be a review. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, it is an unsportsmanlike
On
foul.
Warren Bonifacio.
There was an
For excessive hard
unsportsmanlike
contact.
foul on number 4, Warren Bonifacio. His 4th foul.
If Warren is getting his arm checked, that might have been the forearm on the teeth of Lander Cannon. Mukhang may dugo nga.
Yeah. Parang tumulo din sa sahig eh.
Just a week ago, he saw Sean Argente go down.
Oo.
I do hope that he's better already, itong si Sean Argente.
Oh, may tahi na yung kanyang baba eh. Minukulit nga siya eh. Huwag mong kutkutin para gumaling agad. Ayan. Shout out to the May Kawayan team for being in 4th place right now. 7-3, Lander Cannon. One tough cookie, alam nyo naman yan. He has to be attended to. Nice show of sportsmanship from Coach Boyd Fernandez. Dati niyang player yan, si Coach, si Lander. Bonifacio, hindi naman sadya, no? Pero yun lang. That contact deemed too excessive. Alabanza at the line. 2 shots plus ball possession for Marikina. 82-50. With this looming win of Biñan, they will move up to 8-3. Hindi, 8-3 na pala sila. They will move to 9-3. Quezon, matagal pang may laro. Their next game is against Marikina on June 18. So for Biñan, we mentioned already the 3 teams that they will be facing off against after this one rather. Chopin Soriano with a basket. Itong Biñan. Mabibigat yun against Zamboanga, May Kawayan, and Pasay. And that could really tell where their kapalaran nila would fall midway in the season.
But we do know that this is a team that...
Boy, muntik na!
Sorry, natigil kami saglit. Netong si Ken. But we do know that this is a team that can battle it out. Pero they don't go 100%. Etong Biñan in the regular season, and all of a sudden they surprise us in the playoffs with a lot more schemes. Mark Pingres always shows up extra in the playoffs. So this is going to be crucial in terms of positioning.
Yeah.
Para kay Coach Boyet, because you always want a good position entering the playoffs. You don't want to go up against the bigger teams. So medyo important nga itong next 3 games. Talking with Renzo Subido, I think he's still going to be out for another 2 games. So that's another guy that you can add on to your lineup netong Biñan.
Itong free throw na ito, sa atin niya next stream, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Lahat ng talo nila kasi ng Biñan so far this season, those 3 losses came against teams that are ahead of them in the South Division team standings. That very first game they had against Biñan where they lost at home, talo rin sila against Quezon, sa Caloocan yun, and then that loss right here at the One Arena a month ago against Batangas. Alabanza, one-hander, wala. But you could never count out this team. Ay boy, Akdob soars and scores! Plus the foul!
What can you really do when he's already that high? Etong si Poy Poy Akdob. You know, you see here again, it's a good read by Kenro Kakurba. Challenged by one of the better blockers in the league, but he was just too high. Etong si Poy Poy Akdob getting that basket and one.
I don't know if I could explain this well, but he has probably the highest jump from point A to point B.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Na yung take-off niya,
It's
yung
called the
pag-glide.
it's called the broad jump. So it's not the vertical
Tama,
going
yun.
up. The broad is really the one going forward. And hindi lang yun eh. It's already high, but the explosiveness and the control, yun yung mahirap eh. Para dito kay Poy Poy Akdob.
Nung pinapanood ko yung mga viral clips niya when he was dunking sa mga iba't ibang liga, I thought I was watching an NBA 2K game.
Yes.
Seriously. Kasi the way he jumps from that point to next with relative ease, tapos yung explosion, yung bilis, I feel like he's up there. At bihira mo makita yan sa Filipino athlete eh. Yung ganong klaseng athleticism. He has that raw athleticism in him.
I remember the game that he had 7 dunks
sa
in a ball game. Shout out Mix Gomez. Diba, in that game?
Yeah.
That
Kayong
was-
dalawa ba yun? Kayong dalawa ba yun?
Hindi.
Si Abby ba kasama niya noon? Coach Mike?
I forgot who his partner
Coach Louie,
was.
baka si Coach Louie.
Si Coach Louie, ano yan eh. Laging sa kanya yung big moments.
Talaga?
The June Manzo 3.
Tama, silang
was
dalawa
Coach
din yun.
Louie.
Actually, naalala ko din, silang dalawa din. Captain Hook, Mac Cardona, parang silang dalawa din. Yung that I could never forget this game. That game number 3, South Division Finals between Batangas and Zamboanga. Batangas was already in front by 19 points heading into the 4th. Soriano finishing through contact, counted plus a foul. And then umabol yung Zamboanga. And that was a wild finish where Zamboanga got into the finals via a thrilling fashion, winning at home. Jopet Soriano gusto pang dagdagan yung kanilang lamang, short on the free throw. Silang dalawa rin yun, si
Yes.
Mick saka si Coach Louie
Actually,
Gonzalez.
nakakamiss din silang dalawa dito eh. On the coverage broadcast, Coach Louie, of course, one of our... I think he was here for 2 years as well.
Couple of years.
Coach Don, short stint, 2 months.
Oo nga.
Shout out, Coach Don.
Miss ko na agad si Coach Don. Right, Suwa lays it in. I wonder if he is scouting teams right now, Coach Don. Kasi itong Biñan later on, makakalaban nila yun eh.
Yes, that's right.
I believe in July 94-55. Baseline inbound. Jetro Escoto will trigger it in. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Alam mo, kasi natikman na ng isa sa mga courtside reporter natin yung burger.
Ay, natikman ko na rin.
Natikman mo na? Ako na
Nabigyan
lang
na
pala.
Nabigyan na ako ni Coach Mel. Kaso kami ni Coach Mike.
Kayo ni
Ang
Coach
partner
Mike.
nun. Dinala na lang kami sa Bataan, ha? Coach Mel,
talaga?
sabihin natin si Coach Mel, ha? Coach Mel of Marikina, kailangan matikman ni Ken soon enough.
Nakakatakam eh.
Soon enough. Actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good.
Then Takiwag hitting the technical free throw. Si Big Boy, papasok ulit. Former Marikina player, Big Boy Hernandez. 94-56. Marikina will fall down to 4 and 8. With teams like Bataan, Bulacan, Valenzuela, they are pretty much in play-in territory. Yan yung mga kalapit nila sa team standings eh. You kind of feel like, I don't know if they'll agree with me, you kind of feel like there are 3 teams at the top. Obviously, Caloocan, Abra, San Juan. And then you group together may Kawayan, Pasay, Quezon City, Ilagan, and Pasig
Yes.
from 4 to 8.
Yes.
And then you have those other 4 teams like Valenzuela, Bataan, Marikina, Bulacan fighting for those 2 spots in the play-in.
Right now, though, I would actually put Bataan on that second echelon.
Okay.
With their additions, with the adjustment of Coach Mike. You saw the body language, you saw the players actually playing a different way. I will put them on that second echelon. Pero tama ka. You know, these guys will fight it out for that 7, 8, 9, 10. The play-in is such a good addition in the league.
Oo
I'm
naman.
excited for that. Actually, narinig ko, tumatawid ako isang beses, si Boss Emer, excited din for the play-in. We saw it in the NBA, how tough the battles are. And this will make the league much more exciting down the road.
Kahit naman last season yung play-in tournament natin sa North, that thrilling overtime game between Pangasinan and Ilagan, Isabela. Pangasinan edging through, earning that 7th seed. And they were the first 7th seed to go all the way to the division finals. Beating teams like Nueva Ecija, San Juan before losing out to Abra. And then in the South, that last game for the very last spot, Mindoro and Cebu, where June Manzo missed key free throws and then got there was a non-call. He thought he got
that's
fouled.
right, that's right. That was long.
Grabe yung laban na yun. Escoto, dire-diretso, 2 points. Sama mo pa ng foul. That play-in concept certainly worked last season. They will incorporate it this season as well. Pero ang isa pa madadagdagan dyan is in the national finals. Instead of a best of 5, it's gonna be a best of 7 affair. Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community.
That will give so much more opportunities for the championship teams to really give the crowd a show. Last year, medyo nabitin ng mga Huskers fans.
Tama.
That they were only given a game. You saw how crazy the crowd was in Quezon. Siyempre, namimiss din natin ang Pampanga. You know, these are the top tier crowds that we've always had. And ngayon, madadagdagan pa yan with 7 games.
Nueva Ecija, nakakamiss din bumiyahe dyan. You know, that trip is worth it. That 3-hour drive going to Palayan City. When you see the crowd get into it, flock the arena.
Meron pa silang mga ano dyan, yung mga pampaingay. Yun yung gusto ko talaga sa Nueva Ecija.
Yung mga turotot, di ba?
Yes.
Alabanza sidestep, pasa kay Jacob Ubaldo. But we've been talking about this, how the One Arena has been home for most of the games this season. Laging dinadagsari ng tao.
Even now,
Diba?
Biñan is up 32, but the people stay up to the last second of the ball game.
We're down to our last 2 minutes, brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Just tuned in earlier, nanalo ang Zamboanga kontra Imus. And then in our very first game, Pasig City beating down their opponents, the Bacolod Mascara. Tasajeros, straight line free. 98-69.
They need this kind of energy just going to their next game. Etong Marikina. This is a team that can challenge it well. You know, they have the pieces, they have the names, pero pag naunahan na sila, they have a hard time in recovering. Etong Marikina, that's been the struggle in their ball game. When their opponents already get off to a good start, recovery is rare for this Marikina team. So you want to be able to challenge it out then in the first few quarters for you to have a chance in the end game if you are Marikina.
Marikina, only our Casajeros and Jer Alabanza scored in double figures. Louis Vigil, your top scorer, only 3 points, played just 18 minutes. So their woes continue here. Boy Akto, bumatake, pinasaan si Jopet Soriano. 6 points, 5 rebounds for Jopet. RR leading in, layup. Foul, laban sa Biñan. Biñan.
And a few bright spots para dito sa Marikina. RR Casajero has 15 points in the ball game, tripling his averages of only 5. But on the other end, Louis Vigil only has 3. And it's been a struggle. You know, he's averaging 14 a ball game. Itong si Louis Vigil only got 8 minutes, was well defended in the ball game. So their main scorer really was not a big help para dito sa Marikina.
Rebound nakuha ng Biñan. They will improve to 9 wins and 3 losses. Half game behind Batangas City. Jensen still at 11-1. Pero kung wala na lang talo dyan yung Quezon Huskers at 8-0. Atong Barba. Asintado galing sa labas.
Former LPU player, Renato Barba.
Traces his roots from Santa Rosa, Laguna. Si Ato Barba.
Homegrown pala to.
Homegrown yan. Marikina will fall down to 4 and 8. Nakagrupo nga nila dyan, no? Yung Bulacan, Bataan, and Valenzuela. And Coach Juanito talked about the rise of Bataan as of late with that big win they had against Basilan. So, mabigat din yung tinalo doon. So, Marikina has their work cut out for them. Biñan, on the other hand, cruise along. They will snatch another victory at the expense of Marikina. 6-game winning streak for Biñan. Second hottest team in the, or actually the third hottest team in the South Division. Our best player of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. The guy that set the tone tonight for Biñan was Carlo Lastimosa.
Carlo Lastimosa here in the ball game. He was the one who started it all. That red hot first quarter, and then to start the third quarter, siya rin yung nag-init, 21 points, 2 assists for Carlo Lastimosa. But it's really the efficiency on how he did it. 8 out of 12 for 66%, was 2 out of 2, had 3 triples. Etong si Carlo Lastimosa. So, in terms of scoring the basketball, he really was the lead for Biñan in today's ball game, well deserving of our player of the game honors.
He's standing by with Daphne.
Maraming salamat, Ken. Carlo, 6-game winning streak para sa Biñan. Pero ang maganda dito, no, very intentional si Coach Boyet on the sidelines. Laging nakatayo, very animated na parang regardless sa kalamangan, ganun siya ka-intentional sa inyo.
Yeah, kasi pinapractice namin talaga yung good habits, no? Kahit sino yung kalaban. So, really played hard today. So, every game naman, yun yung motto namin ng team. We play hard every game.
Carlo, next game nyo, makakalaban nyo ay Zamboanga. So right now, meron silang 3 bigatin na bagong players. Sila Fortsky, even Brandon, and even Levy. So paano nyo ito paghahandaan?
We just have to prepare, watch the film. Tapos, we're gonna do our scouting. So, sila coach na bahala doon, and we're just gonna follow the rules and kung anong gusto ipagawa ni coach.
Carlos, is there anyone you would like to greet or thank? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say hi to my wife, Leia, my daughter, Winter, lahat ng mga yaya sa bahay, Shai, mga Papa Mike, my mom and dad sa Cagayan de Oro, Boss Monching, we miss you, Boss. Boss Surbenta ng Beast Motorcycle Tires, Mega Wagi, Boss Sahida ng Nuevo, Mayor Gel, and sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa Biñan. So, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Carlo, and congratulations once again. Our best player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Daphne, and congratulations to Carlo Lastimosa and Biñan. Bukas, dito pa rin po tayo sa Awan Arena in Cainta, Rizal. First game between Manila and the Jensen Warriors, followed by the Negros Hacienderos and the Bulacan Cuyas, the Generals. And in our main game, the Mindoro Tamaraos will clash with the Ilagan Isabela squad. And that does it for coverage tonight. From Cainta, Rizal, on behalf of Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Daphne Cristobal and our entire crew, ako po si Ken Pangilinan. Maraming salamat sa pagtangkilik at pagsubaybay sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.